All right, man, we're back with the last installment here of quarters coverage. Quarters is the base of everything that every other quarters like or cover 6 coverage has. So we had to start here. We had to put a lot of time into it. And then we're going to maybe some cover 6, cover 9, palms, things like that. But it's all based off of this. This is like the intro. This is like the one-on-one of the coverage. You need to learn the basics here and then we move on out to the other coverages. But there's one thing here I wanted to quickly show. I didn't get a chance to talk about bunch and how verticals are played, and that's my fault. I always normally show verticals out of every formation, as verticals is always a starting point in how you learn coverage. So, like I had said, this is a bunch formation, okay? 3 receivers aligned within 5 yards of each other. And like we had said, the corner is going to take the first vertical, the safety is going to take the first vertical outside, and the safety is going to take the first vertical inside. So here's a situation where you're technically getting almost 3 verticals. However, and I actually looked at this ahead of time, they did play this correctly. This has always been an issue when you play quarters coverage. How do they play the wheel route? Okay? Or how do you play the guy that goes first to the outside? If you remember, I said that the quarter flat defender has what? First to the flat. So we're going to start there. Okay? Who's first to the flat? In this case, it's the number 1 receiver. He's running a flat route. So he has to match him. And as soon as that guy goes to the flat, if for any reason he's to turn up the field, that is your man. Okay? So the quarter flat defender does an excellent job at that. All right? So what did I say about the corner? He's taking the first vertical to the outside. So in this case, you have a vertical heading inside, and you have another vertical on the outside. So the corner is not paying attention to the guy who went to the flat to start and ended up running a wheel. He's paying attention to his first vertical to his side, to the outside. In that case, that's Kittle. Okay? So his technique's a little bit loose. He's playing a little bit soft. Okay? Maybe that I wouldn't recommend that, because you could probably still bullet a pass in there, right? If you have a good quarterback. This safety here in box is playing the first vertical to the inside. All right. We're still getting the backside safety coming over in all these situations where the X is removed, or if the tight end was removed. I think we saw the same. No, we didn't see the same thing when the tight end was removed. Pretty sure it was only when the X was removed or a receiver was split wide. I got to go back and check that. But he's still coming over and playing it like a normal 3-by-1 spread formation to start. I don't know why he's not. If he's coming all the way over here, I don't know why he's not just taking number 3 and they can double team him. Not sure. I think that is really broken in the game, because you watch him, he goes over and then he kind of goes back and plays nothing or tries to help out with a post that never really showed up. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to quickly talk about this one route. Oh yeah, and then the inside part of the box, the 3 receiver hook player, who's the wall defender. He's looking for anything coming his first inside that's shallow. Nobody shows up. Okay. So in this case, he just becomes his own defender. Still don't like how the backside quarter flat defender is not covering. Well, the back went to the right, but he should be playing match on 2 in that situation. All right, so let's go to empty formation. All right, now I haven't looked at how they play empty, and I'll be honest with you, empty formation, man, gives you can give an offense a lot of issues, a defense a lot of issues if it's not played correctly. And really, I should start with some sort of 5 vertical route, even though most people don't run 5 verticals. But the idea that you can get 5 verticals has to be defended. It has to be defended. And if it's not defended correctly, it could be a problem. So normally with this formation, to the weak side, left side of the screen, you should get basically quarters coverage. There's 2 receivers over there, it's quarters coverage. Over here to the right side of the screen, there will be a check, okay? A lot of people have different names for this check. It's like another type of zone it check. Probably use a different word if you're using zone it for 2x2. But basically, you are playing almost a true zone to that side of the field. The corner should be playing between 1 and 2. not reading 1 and 2, actually playing between 1 and 2 quarters. The strong safety should be playing between 2 and 3, a zone, which is what I think the reason why in the 3-by-1 formations they have the strong safety, the safety to the 3 receiver side, playing that soft technique. He's not aggressively reading 2 to 1. I think he's going to use the same technique here. And usually the 3 receiver hook player, because of this check to empty, he should run with number 3. Safety play between 2 and 3, play a little closer to 2, because he knows that the linebacker's running with 3, and the corner's going to play between 1 and 2, a little closer to 1. Quarter flat, in this case, it's just going to be a quarter flat, normal rules, nothing changes for him to the strength. Let's see what happens here. This route right here, we're only getting 2 verticals here, okay, but what we should see here, if I'm not mistaken, and let me go back to the mic, okay, the mic. When does the mic actually run with 3 vertical? I said he runs with him vertical. He runs with him vertical if 2 goes vertical as well. So actually, let me just change this route up, okay? I'm going to make it a 5 vertical route. But he's reading 3 to 2. So if 2 goes vertical, he runs with number 3 vertical. If 2 does not go vertical, if he runs a shallow or runs an out, he doesn't have to run with number 3 vertical, all right? Because there's no threat of 5 verts. Let's see how it looks. You see what I see, right? You see that? So, not to give away all the secrets, I've won Madden games with this, man. I ain't gonna lie. I've won Madden games with this. All right? But you kind of saw what happened there, right? You see how the number 3 gets scot-free? When I go back to the replay, you're going to see what happens. And this is funny because versus 3-by-1, that safety is playing more of a softer technique. And I thought it was for this reason, so he can actually try to help out with number 3. But he's just playing a softer technique, but still reading basically like it is normal 3-by-1. He's reading number 2 vertical to the outside receiver. So, lesson here. If you ever play quarters, there's some adjustments you can do. I won't go over all of them right now, make the video super long, but you need to watch the number 3 going up the field. Okay, there's different ways to do that, but that's something you can use her, and you probably have to use her. If 2 goes vertical, you better go. So let me just go back and show you what happens if, let's say, number 2 comes under. All right, I'm going to put 1 vertical, 2 under, and 3 going vertical. That middle linebacker should take this number 3, the new number 2, but he's not. I mean, he's stepping towards it. Yeah, if the pressure comes, it's great, but he's not really taking him. He's actually he should wall him. He should take this guy across the field. Okay, you really don't know if you're going to get help from your weak side quarter flat defender. So that's the rule there. Let me go with the original route here. Let's see what happens when number 1 comes in. Let me go back to the original route. Let's see what happens. Let's see how they play this. Wow. You see it there, right? You see it there. This is the formation that could kill this coverage, and that's why you need to have adjustments ready. This is the reason why a lot of people say quarters is broken, but you need to understand what's going on here. So in normal quarters, the corner out here, he is not chasing number 1 when he's playing in an off position. All right, he's reading 1 to 2. 1 is under, he can help out on 2. That's why he's basically looking at the next available receiver. He's not doing any type of job on that. That's horrible. All right, but let's go more to the quarter flat defender. All right, he's gonna take 2 to the flat. And I think I see what the confusion is here, actually. Essentially, these guys are switching. So the number 1 receiver is becoming number 2 receiver. The number 2 receiver is becoming number 1. So the quarter flat defender is like, all right, I'm going to take my, if number 2 goes out, I'm going to, take him to the flat and match him. That's what you would do in quarters. But number 2 and 1 essentially switch. So his new number 2 is now this receiver, number 11, coming across the field. And he's using his rule of, I don't have to necessarily chase this guy because he's going across the field and shallow, inside. So let me just become his own defender. And he decides to run and chase this guy late. It's a bug. Not a bug, but it's a problem. This corner now, who thought 1 was gone, all of a sudden thinks in his mind, oh snap, I got a new number one who's going vertical. I need to go get him. This is a cluster. All right, and then this safety here, who, again, his technique, he looks like he was reading 2 to 1. Technically 2 is here, so he doesn't have any work. And now he decides to, oh, let me go help out on number 1. Meanwhile, number 3 is still running scot-free. Let's go to the quarter side over here, the pure quarter side. All right, everybody's playing that normal. There's nothing crazy there. We're just playing regular quarters, verticals. That's normal. So you can see some of the problems with quarters coverage versus empty. You can see how certain people can get open if people don't understand what the responsibilities are supposed to be, and then what they actually are in the game and how they can be different. Okay, I'm going to end it there for the sake of time, and we'll probably have to revisit some of these formations and certain maybe specific routes to kind of go over that to see, hey, maybe this is not the best way to play it, and what adjustments are needed, because there are adjustments you can make to help yourself manually, and also universal adjustments that the whole defense can make. All right, talk to y'all later, man. Good series. Peace.